Please spread the word, let everyone know benches have been installed along the seafront at Seaton from right down at the Newburn Bridge end to just before the Staincliffe Hotel. Now, there's an interesting story about this. We, Steve and myself, moved back here, I don't know, nearly 6 years ago. We live at Seaton Carew, overlooking the front, and we're up and down Coronation Drive like 10,000 times a day. I began to notice how many people walk right along the front on any given day. And I also couldn't help but notice a number of people that sometimes struggle midway, especially coming up from Newburn Bridge. The elderly, people pushing a wheelchair, people obviously convalescing on crutches and so on. It's a long way and easy to misjudge. So in about 2015, I suggested to one of the Seaton councillors, Mr. Hind at the time, to put a bench or two midway, so people could catch a breather if they needed it and be able to look out at the stunning view. Well, that didn't go anywhere for a variety of reasons, so in March 2017, I contacted Seaton councillor James Black, and we have all the email exchanges. I forwarded quotes I'd gotten from firms that produce street furniture, and I'd checked with family in town, and yes, they would go in with us and pay for a memorial bench. I was sure other families in town would be happy to do that too, so it wouldn't cost the council one dime. What a win-win! Well, you should all know by now, it was never a win-win with the leadership that was, and we never got anywhere. Then, Dave Hunter became head of the Neighbourhood Services Committee, and I approached him with the idea, and he was really enthusiastic. He got how beneficial that could be. Councillor Hunter made great inroads to ascertain costs for benches and installation to heighten the immediate area so people resting could look at the view. But then out the blue, in May 2018, Councillor Hunter was suddenly removed as chair to be replaced with Stephen Ackers-Belcher.
My final act, if you like, as chair of neighbourhoods, is that we're going to get additional benches linking Newburn and Seaton Carew.
Well, I persisted with inquiries. Never give up, never surrender, right?
Never give up, never surrender.
Can I get an amen?
Amen!
Oh, thank you, Steve. And one day I was told benches were to be installed. Yay! But at ground level. Oh. And after more ferreting, I found the right person to ask, which was apparently Mr. Tony Hanson, Assistant Director, Environment and Neighbourhood Services. Here's some of the several email exchanges and my pleadings. We're now up to the 2nd November 2018. Me. 1. Why would you want to spend money when people would donate for a bench and you wouldn't need to pay for it for anything? 2. I'm begging you not to get benches and have folk look at a concrete wall when we have such a stunning view. People in Hartlepool always seem to draw the short straw on this, but here's an idea. One raised bench halfway along is better than 2 benches looking at a wall. Well, at least it would be better than we have now, and sometime in the future we can add to them. How about that? Mr. Hanson's replied. He goes on to write about the whole thing about underspend, yada, yada, yada. The full reply is at the end of the report, but the salient bit. Unfortunately, the likely underspend would not cover the provision of a raised concrete bed to sit the bench on, which is why the benches will be installed at their normal level. Me again. Could you not get them to agree to have less benches so the ones we get will be raised? Mr. Hanson. No, unfortunately not. Me. Whose ultimate decision is this? Mr. Hanson. I have explained the council's position with regards to this and the reasoning for this in my previous emails. And finally, me. What's worse than no benches? Benches looking at a concrete wall, only in Hartlepool. Well, the final good news, as you will have seen from the images going by, I have test driven the benches for you, and we can see the view. If you're less than 5 feet tall, perhaps not so much. You might want to bring a little booster seat there. Question remains, why would the council pay when they didn't have to? One answer was, well, it's coastal monies, not monies from the people of Hartlepool. Well, agreed, but it's still taxpayers' money, whether coastal money or Tees Valley Combined Authority money. Someone somewhere has to fork out so they can receive. And besides, there's loads more ideas they could have implemented in Seaton instead. Anyway, it'll be a welcome benefit to the front for all those that need it. Come down on a nice day, bring your thermos and your sarnies, and if you happen to see Councillor Hunter, give him a thumbs up. Please like and follow Hartlepool TV on Facebook and YouTube.